Thumbs.
And welcome to the Plug Talk Sports live show. Welcome to the month of March. I can't believe we are in March already. I feel like the beginning of this year is flying by. But this is episode 218. Danny Torres alongside Janka Don't Stop. I see you got you're a Hard Rock. You're prepared for the World Cup. You got Hard Rock Stadium in the background. Is that when you went to Club World Cup?
Yeah, against it was Bayern again.
Flamenco.
I think it was Flamenco, I think, or something.
Yeah, it was Flamenco. I remember you went. Wow, look at you, man. All ready for the FIFA World Cup. We're not long away from that. Obviously, you guys can get all your soccer needs on Thursdays during Pressing Matters. And you can get all your betting needs on Friday nights with Plug Picks.
We're losing, but we're not losing bad.
Monday night. Before we get going, as Jonka always says at the end of our show, support the troops. We do know right now, obviously, I'm sure all of you are well aware that there's something going on right now called Operation Epic Fury. And we just want to, put our servicemen and women in our thoughts and prayers during this time. We know that we have confirmed 6 have perished. So we want to pray for their families as well as their bodies are returned back here to the United States. But, just thinking about them and their families. Janka, let's talk about the week. How's your week going so far? I mean, from last Monday to this Monday.
It was pretty good. Not too bad. You know, a lot of work has been picking up since I started opening up on at night. So that's a good thing for me. MLS started, so I'm glad for that. Inter Miami didn't start off the year in a great fashion against LAFC, but that's okay. They made it up yesterday in a great comeback. Shout out to them. Besides that, I mean, it was a pretty good week. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't. I can't really complain too much.
Man, I'm just happy that the month of February is over. Even though it was short in terms of days, there's 28 days, but for me, it felt like an eternity. I think, usually January feels like the longest month of the year.
February.
But this month of February for me absolutely killed me. I mean, I had 11 games in 1 week at one point. I was absolutely cooked with a capital C. And I also think maybe January felt a little bit shorter for me because I got back from Australia like probably the 10th of January. So I kind of feel like, I spent the beginning days of January away from home. That also didn't start well. I got COVID. You guys know that. I was away from the show at least a week. But yeah, I'm so happy. February's done. March, still busy, but a little less than what February was, and I get to at least relax just a bit. There is 3 months, March, April, and May. There's 3 months left into my seasons, and then we get to enjoy some nice off season, man. And I'm looking forward to that. Got some cool things planned in the off season. So if you guys follow me on my personal account away from Plug Talk Sports, you guys are going to see some really cool stuff that I'll be up to in the off season. So let's get into some business. The first thing we're going to talk about tonight is that the MLB has a challenge system for the batters I think the first time I saw it was Aaron Judge in spring training. Didn't like a call. It was a strike 3 call, and he reviewed it, challenged it, lost his challenge, and was confirmed the strikeout. But Jonka,
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to know the specifics to this because I feel like this is going to slow down the game a whole lot more. I mean, you got the
It
pitch
doesn't
clock. I get it, but
it doesn't really slow it down. Really, not too much because it's basically like because the calls are automatic. They challenge. It's like a 15-second thing. You go, you verify it. Tells you right on the screen. Okay, it's a ball. Okay, it's a ball. If it's a strike, it's a strike. Okay, we move on. That's it. It's not like in football, basketball, VAR in soccer,
yeah.
NHL.
But here's the thing: in soccer, it's almost automatic too. So what takes it so long?
I don't know what they're doing in soccer, buddy. But I just know this is like wait, this is what okay, hold on. This is what ticks me off about this. Why did it take so long? Because it was in the minor leagues. They just I think last year they did it in spring training,
They're
and
probably testing it out there.
now it's officially in the MLB. I have been wanting this for a while because I've been seeing a lot of umpires with like huge egos when managers go up to them and they complain about these atrocious bogus calls that even like the pitchers, the batters, and the catchers are all on the same page, but the umpire is on a completely opposite side. And I think now all of the umpires that are on the ego track, on ego ride, I don't know what it is. Now they're being called on their BS. And after I've been watching a lot of baseball lately. I'm not even kidding you. It's bad calls, Daniel. I'm not even kidding you. Some calls are just like blatantly strike, and they're calling ball, and they go and challenge it, and it's making them look like dumb A's. I'm not gonna say it but yeah, it's usually the 15 seconds. They call it. Okay, we move on with the game. It's basically so it's pretty quick. Like it's not like it's gonna. You would have to do it like maybe 10 times, and maybe it would get to like 3 minutes, but that's it. It's like what's an extra minute and a half in a 4-hour game.
Listen, I feel like they should implement a system where you don't need to challenge it. It automatically checks whether it's a ball or a strike.
That's what I've been asking for. If you already have the technology that tells you if it's a strike or a ball, just use the umpires in the cases where if the batter is out or safe at a home play or first or second or third. That's all you need. That's literally all you need. I don't know how many times when you watch a baseball game on TV that they already have the strike zone, the box on screen for you. And when the ball is thrown and it goes to the strike zone, it tells you where the ball is.
Listen,
why is this being implemented now?
And you know why I'm so like not excited for this is because in the NCAA, obviously for you, I commentate in the NCAA at a university. You could challenge, depending if for baseball they decided they didn't want to have review, so we don't have it. But for softball, we have it. You have 3 challenges, but the thing is, if you win your challenges, you keep them.
Yeah.
Which is super annoying. I'm going to tell you why. Because, look, I don't want to shout out anybody. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this particular person makes the game a lot longer than it should be because I feel like almost every other play or almost every inning, I want to challenge. And there was one particular last weekend that I'm like, Brother, what are you challenging? Our outfielder caught the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
She hit the wall.
Yes.
Well, let me explain to you, Jonka. I want you, by me explaining it to you, I want you to tell me what you think the call is, okay?
Okay.
She's in center field, catches the ball, right? Hits the wall, and then drops the ball over the wall. What is it?
I would call that a double.
By rule, it's not.
I mean, no. Did they call it a home run? Because
By rule, even in major leagues, by rule, that is a home run because she dropped the ball over the wall. But here's the thing. This man challenged it.
okay.
And I'm like, what are you challenging? We all saw her drop the ball over the wall. What are you challenging? And I think at this point, the home plate umpire was so fed up with the challenges that he said, we're not going to do it. We're not reviewing it. I mean, it was obvious. Just she dropped it over the wall. Like, what are you possibly challenging?
But this challenge system is separate from those challenges where you get it off like on first base. Did the guy make it in time? Did the ball hit the back of the glove before he stepped on base? You know those situations. This is completely separate. This is just basically strike zone. If it's a only the
Yeah,
catcher,
this is that.
pitcher, and the catcher, pitcher, and the batter are the only ones allowed
Yeah.
to call challenge. And I just think, I mean, honestly, this could in a way benefit the umpires, not by making them look bad, but it's like, okay, what is it from what I saw,
Well, it could look, some of them look bad.
bro?
I'll
From
tell
what
you
I'm
that.
seeing, and then from what actually happened, maybe okay, maybe I can adjust what like maybe it's a little bit more training, just like everybody, football players, baseball players, every athletes watch film to improve. I think umpires should just look at it and say, okay, I thought that was a ball, ended up being a strike. Okay, maybe I can adjust a little bit. Maybe be a better umpire than I am. You know, not making myself look like a dumbass every every series. So maybe that I feel like that's the only reason. Like, okay, just put this into perspective. Let's say your team, right, the Dodgers. Otani walks up. Let's say with no challenge system at this point.
Yeah.
Walks up. 3 straight terrible strike calls. You could not challenge it. He gets out, and all of a sudden, a batter not as good as Otani comes up, and that's it. That ends the game, and you lost. But if you had the challenge system where you can challenge the umpire's call on the pitch, Otani could stay as a batter longer and potentially get you a single, double, home run, whatever it is. I feel like it's like preventing what could have been. I feel like that's what MLB is trying to include, because if you have a situation where you're striking out or you're getting rid of the star players that makes the money for the league because you're making terrible calls as an umpire, it affects the game. It affects the game in a certain way.
I want them to just figure out another way to do it because I just don't
I
like
agree.
it's gonna take time. Whether you say it's quick or not, like it's gonna take time away from the game.
I mean, it does take time, but it's like the time isn't really as significant.
Because now imagine you get like maybe 2 or 3 straight. You know how these players are. They're super anal about the strike zone. So you're gonna
I think
this challenge.
if I'm correct, I think it's if you challenge two of them and you get 2 already incorrect, you lose the ability to challenge for the rest of the game. So you have to be like wary of when you use the challenge, because it could cost you at the end of the game. Where if you're in a close situation and you need to make a call and you already lost 2 challenges, then it does cost you. So there is some sort of like consequences of using it, and if you use it irresponsibly, it could cost you the game.
I also think the MLB is trying to do this because in the last several years they've taken a hit on viewership of people actually caring for the game. But I will say that right now they maybe have a better product than the NBA.
I'm not gonna argue with that take. Ain't no way I'm gonna argue with that. The NBA right now is going down, bro. It's bad.
I can't, and this is off topic, but I can't remember. I mean, I remember like Tuesday, Wednesday night. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm hopping on the TNT to watch this West Coast matchup, Lakers and Clippers, or something like that, Lakers and Warriors, because it was exciting. Now it's like, dude, I can't remember. I mean, I keep up with the Heat, obviously, and I check scores, but like, I can't remember out of my own will wanting to sit down to watch an NBA game just because
Yeah,
it's been I would say it's almost been 2 years since I've done that.
yeah. Like the desire to like get up and get ready for the game. Like no matter what, if it's a Heat game or your favorite team or a specific matchup of two good teams on whatever, there's not that want anymore.
The desire, yeah.
And I think on one of the reasons out of a lot of reasons is that when it comes from college, that a lot of these players forget the number one picks; those are anomalies. But the majority of besides from the pick two and the rest, these kids are literally one and done years. They're not developing. There's no storylines. They're not developing, so we're not getting good products. And then that's what we're seeing. We're seeing one out of every like 100 players end up being good, and then the rest are just like complete average. And then you gotta hope you develop them into something. And then that's what we see that we're a lot of bad teams or a lot of mid teams, and then maybe 5 to 7 good teams that just take over the damn league. And then that's what you get. And then there's like, of course, everybody's gonna be tanking. Everybody's gonna tank because you want to get the first overall pick.
I mean, I can't lie. I don't think since maybe 2008, 2009 that there's been a fun and good draft class. I mean, look,
Yeah,
I know that you love your boy Zion, but I mean, I think he's been a tremendous flop.
yeah, his injuries have been bad. And then Jaw, he's been exciting, but the whole situation with the strip club and the guns and all and the Instagram live stuff and his attitude has been terrible. A lot of I'm telling you, bro, a lot of these kids need to stay in university at least 2 years, 3 years minimum, just like in football. Let them develop, let them become, an actual adult. Let them mature a little bit. They're just coming out of high school. They play 1 year in college, and then all of a sudden they're an NBA professional.
I mean, I probably the draft classes that I would probably take more interest in the next couple of years is probably Cameron and Caden Boozer.
Oh no, that's one. This is 1 year. They're one and done. I'm pretty sure one and done.
Yeah, that draft class is probably the one I'll care more about.
Like this year, probably AJ Debon, whatever you call him, AJ Debonsa, Cam, Boozer, his brother, and then maybe one more. That dude, Darren Peterson from Kansas. But he's already given up. He says, "Oh, just play me in the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens."
You think an organization drafts both of them and keep them together, the brothers?
I doubt it. I mean, if what I mean, I know Cam. I think Cam is going to be probably the number one or number two pick, but his brother. I don't know
almost
how far,
like it's almost like a Mendoza situation, huh?
I don't know how far he goes. Like it's Fernando and Alberto, and it's like, where do you put Alberto in the situation?
Listen, man, I don't think people give Alberto enough credit, and I will tell you.
No disrespect, Alberto, if you're watching this.
I'm telling you right now, Jonka, I think he's gonna be a dog at Georgia Tech.
Bro, Georgia Tech. I said it like 2-3 years ago when they hired that new head coach right before they played Miami, and that's when Miami gave up that crazy ending with Don Chaney fumbling the ball. That's the game. I told you don't know heading into that game what this coach's scheme is. You don't know anything about the new coach. And they rode that wave, and they've been doing pretty good ever since.
I'm telling you.
We'll
I
see.
think he's going to be a dog. I think
I
he's
kind
going
of
to be a
wish that
dog.
Eric Rivers would have stayed one more year, but he was a senior. He would have been nice. It would have been cool.
I know we get off topic, but your final verdict, I think we're on the same page. I think we both would like something maybe a little bit different than what they've just put in place for the challenge system.
I'm like, I don't mind that at least they're trying to fix it.
Yeah.
But I feel like this isn't going to be the final product of what they're trying to do. I feel like they just keep the umpires just for outs and ins and all that stuff. But when it comes to strikes and balls, just let the technology do it, bro. They do it instantly, and there's no flaw. It could just tell you where the ball is in that instant. If it's off by an inch, centimeter, micrometer, that's it. Done.
We see it in tennis, right?
I'm serious. Like every other, all this technology, and you guys bring up all these leagues and associations bring up technology, and they don't use it. In the NFL, they said, "Oh, we're bringing out this goal technology. Now we can know where the ball is in a pile of guys." They never use it. They never use it.
You know what makes me laugh is that for so long, soccer fans wanted the technology, right? They get the technology, and now they're complaining that there's too much technology because you'll see offside calls because like his elbow was like a little bit over the line, and people get frustrated. They're like, "Oh, they're counting his elbow was like 2 centimeters over off the line."
To me, that rule, the offside rule, I mean, it should be revised a little bit. Not elbow, fingernail, the front of the toe is just over the offside line. There should be some sort of leeway.
Well, that's the thing. The technology is capturing every little thing. The technology is capturing it.
Like maybe like a body width or half a body width or something, like something where it is advantageous. But bro, fingernail, toenail.
It's Junk. I'm sure you have seen it, right? They zoom out
terrible,
first and they bring in the line, right? And then you're like, bro, I don't see anything. And then they zoom in, and then all you see is this.
Bro.
His hand.
Bro, that right there triggers me, bro. When it's like, oh, it's a goal, but he was offside by a finger. I'm sorry, no. That just ruins the game there, bro. That just ruins it. But yeah.
Okay. So we're kind of on the same page of what MLB should do with the challenges. So let's see how it goes. I think that our opinion might change how it progresses this season.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a locked on MLB this year. I think this is gonna be interesting.
Well, now, yeah, it will be because obviously the Dodgers are gonna try to go for 3 in a row. Obviously, we added more additions to our team. I want to see who's gonna rise up and be the competitor.
I don't know. I mean,
will it be the Yankees? Did they have an off year and they came back?
The Mets, the Yankees, obviously. Who do I think?
I don't believe the Mets.
I'm trying to think. Maybe Toronto could make another run again.
Yeah.
Padres. I feel like Giants, maybe. I think the Pirates are going to trade Skeens. I don't know when, but they are, because there's no way he's going to walk away as a free agent if they don't trade him. This is a whole tiny situation where you can't let him walk because you're not going to get anything for him. So you just have to get rid of him.
Do you trust the Phillies again? They choked big time.
Bro, did they choke? Nah, bro, that's bad. Do I trust Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, and I think, do they still have Nick Castellanos? I don't remember.
Realmuto?
Yeah. I mean, Phillies, you can never count them out, but they're a regular season team, but we'll see how they do in the postseason.
What about the Braves?
Braves. No. Oh, do you know what? Do you know who? Unfortunately, I think I'm in the hardest division in baseball. But the Baltimore Orioles, the Red Sox.
I don't know
Bro,
about that,
bro, the
buddy.
Orioles
The
with Pete
NL
Alonso,
West, the NL West is not an easy division either.
bro. Red Sox, Yankees, Orioles,
Rays.
the Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays.
We got Dodgers, Giants, Padres, Diamondbacks, and then you can discount the Rockies, but the rest of those teams are good. I mean, Diamondbacks were just in the World Series 3 years ago.
3 years ain't nothing, bro.
And of course, then the Dodgers the last 2 years.
Bro, but just imagine everybody like the Yankees are not on the Dodgers. Like everything, I feel like our thing is so even. Like Orioles, Yankees, Toronto, and then the Red Sox. They're all competing to see who's gonna get that one top spot. Bro, get ready. I'm telling you, this division is crazy.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's anyone on the Dodgers level.
Bro. Hey, until the MLB fixes the deferred money situation that everybody's complaining about, then it's legal. So you can't really complain about it.
And they've asked some players like Manny Machado, who openly hate Dodgers now, which I don't know why. I think the Dodgers were his best chance to win a World Series, and said he went to stupid San Diego and still hasn't been able to do anything.
Highly a kid, bro.
He said it. He's like, I don't mind the Dodgers spending money.
Yeah, it's just spending. That's how the game is. Shout out to the Marlins that don't spend money.
Bro, it's just you look at our bullpen, man. Ben Casparis, Edwin Diaz, Jack Dreyer, Tyler Glasnow, Bruder Gratterall, Kyle Hurt, Will Klein, Landon Knack, Bobby Miller, Otani, Roki Sasaki, Tanner Scott, Emmett Sheehan, Blake Snell, Blake Trinan, Alex Vesia, Justin Robleski, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Bro, I mean...
And Otani.
Yeah, I said Otani.
Oh, okay.
The bullpen is stacked. Then we go to catchers. Dalton Rushing and Will Smith. Infielders, Mookie Betts, Tommy Edman, Alex Freeland, Freddie Freeman. Then we've got Kim, I can't pronounce his first name, Max Muncy, and Miguel Rojas. Shout out Miguel Rojas, man. Big time in the World Series. And then outfielders, Alex Call, Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pajes, Michael Ciani, Kyle Tucker, who we just picked up.
That's crazy. That's a crazy pickup.
I'm telling you, this just roster's just stacked, man. The only thing is, obviously, if they stay healthy, it's stacked. Health is always an issue in such a long MLB season.
It's not gonna matter, bro. It's not gonna matter. You can literally sit Otani the whole year, and you'll probably still get first place in the division because of how good the squad is.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a good year, man. I'm excited for it. We got World Baseball Classic first before the season kicks off. So USA is number 2 in the rankings. Japan is number 1. It's gonna be. I think it might be end up US Japan again. I'm not gonna. That's my
prediction.
Even though we had a lot of noise, Cuba, or Dominican Republic, or Puerto Rico, they got ball players over there for sure. But I'm going US Japan in that final here at Lone Depot Park in Miami. But moving over to soccer, Inter Miami, first 2 games of the season in the books. They got smashed 3-0 against LAFC, and then a comeback victory last night in Orlando at Inter & Co Stadium against the rivals Orlando City, 4-2. Let's start with the LAFC game first. I talked about this on Pressing Matters, but it's evident, I think, and we saw it in last night's games too. I think it's so evident the gaping hole and need after losing Busquets and Alba.
Yep.
You can see it.
The chemistry is not there, bro.
And let me tell you, this match against LAFC at the LA Memorial Coliseum, 2 players absolutely cooked Inter Miami's back line, and that was Denny Boanga and Heung-min Son.
Yep.
Both of them absolutely they couldn't. I mean, Falcon couldn't do anything about it. They just couldn't. They couldn't handle them. Noah
No
Allen
experience.
Noah Allen was getting. He could not handle Denny Boanga the entire night. He could not handle him.
Noah Allen, he needs to come off the bench, bro. He's not a starter. At least trade him for something with some cash considerations for somebody.
I want to look, this is our back line right now. And again, since the inception of this club, the defense has always been my issue. Always has been my issue of like, we invest so much money in attack, but then our defense is mid. And then I don't know. I'm not going to lie with you. Maybe, yes, it's been 2 games, but I don't know how this addition of Dane St. Clair, goalkeeper, how it's going, because
hey, I said it.
He's not in the form that we saw him as goalkeeper of the year for Minnesota United. I mean, he had crucial mistakes in the game against LAFC, crucial mistakes in the game against Orlando. I mean, they took out Rocco Rios Novo, who did a good job at the end of last year. I mean, they won the MLS Cup with Rocco Rios Novo.
You did good.
Goal. Oscar Ustari did a good job in the FIFA Club World Cup.
Yep.
In goal, they got rid of him. He's gone. And they bring in Dane St. Clair, and it's kind of like he has not had a good start in goal. But go ahead, Jonka.
I'm not going to put it all on him because the defense has been dookie and dog water. And, I mean, also, it's a team without Busquets, without Alba anymore. And I think they're having chemistry and communication issues, which I low-key kind of expected it to happen. I think we're gonna see a team who can score, but it's gonna start games very, very slow, and they're gonna start building up like maybe in the second half, like they always do, and let Messi warm up after a while. But it's usually how it goes.
I look at this roster, and I don't know, man. Like it doesn't look strong to me. Look at the defense. In defense, you've got Gonzalo Lujan, Sergio Reguilon. Okay, he's a player, but he got injured in preseason, so that's why he's not playing at the moment. Facundo Muda, Mikael, who they just got, he's a Brazilian. Ian Frey, Tyler Hall, Noah Allen, Maxi Falcon, Israel Boatwright, and that's their defense. I mean,
am I tripping, or is Allende or Redondo?
Redondo's gone.
Yeah, Redondo's gone. So Allende, is he even starting?
He started this match against Orlando, did not start against LAFC, which is,
bro.
Jonka, you took my next point because Mascherano, dude, Allende, when you bench Suarez and put Allende in the game towards the end of last season, that is literally why you won MLS Cup. Literally, the sole reason was Allende.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just trying to test out different lineups, different formations with different players to see what works best with this new roster. But it's not working. It's not working out. You're gonna need to find somebody. And plus, if you're not gonna start Luis Suarez, and you're just gonna have him, and you're gonna also not start Allende, so then why the hell would you have Suarez in the first place?
Well, he missed the game against Orlando because he picked up an injury after the first game of the season.
Of course he did. So, like, I don't want to bash the guy, but at the same time, like, you're hindering this team from an extra player. Who knows it could be offensive or defense. But I think from what we're seeing, it could be a needed defense where we could need a roster spot or maybe an international spot that you're using up. Maybe we get somebody on loan and we can use it, bro. It's mind-boggling. We can score with all the guys that we have now, but the defense is not up to. It's not how it's supposed to be. After losing 2 legends, you saw what the problem is. You're gonna have to solve it somehow, some way during this season, and Messi's gonna have to work his magic every effing game, bro. Like, you're asking this guy to do too much. I understand he's the lead, he's the captain, the leader, he makes the most money, but at the same time, he's human. You cannot expect Messi to make the most pinpoint passes every single time. There's no communication on this team, no chemistry, no nothing. It's terrible.
The reason, and Mascherano, this is, I think, why they won 4-2 against Orlando, because he made these substitutions, and obviously the people that just cover Inter Miami, they're not like, oh, there's only one guy I trust, or two people that I trust, really, for Inter Miami news. That's Alex Windley
Shout out to her.
Franco Panizzo. Those two right there are who I trust for Inter Miami news. The others I consider like mouthpieces for the club and never say anything objective or negative or any criticism when criticism's due. But I think that the reason why they won MLS Cup was this front trio of Silvetti, Messi, and Allende. I said this in Pressing Matters last week.
Oh, Silvetti, bro. Why did they wait so long to put this guy in the game? Oh, my God. I'm telling you, it's mind-boggling, bro. My blood pressure goes up just listening to this idiot, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Do you actually think that Mascherano's a good coach?
I'm not gonna disrespect him on live air, but I am gonna say this. It just feels like sometimes he's winging it. He's like, fake it till you make it.
I agree.
Because some of these decisions are very questionable. And I look at things, I'm like, maybe if we, instead of just, using Mascherano as just like, as a head coach or a manager, why not just ask Messi, the guy that's probably has more IQ than the entire damn organization in the sport, to just like, hey, I need this, this, and this. You know what? This formation isn't working. Let's use this instead.
Well, hold on. I don't know how I feel about that, because just because you're a great player doesn't mean that you're going to be a great person to build a team. And we see this in LeBron. LeBron goes to every single team and tries to build it and give advice to the front office of what he needs. So you need to be careful with that. Just because you're a good player doesn't make you a good GM.
But I just feel like Messi knows who he has more chemistry with, and I just feel like Mascherano doesn't take that into account. He just tries to see what he can do and make himself look professional by making all these substitutions and all this smoke, trying to like dip and weave, trying to do too much. Put the best players on the damn field and see what happens. If one guy isn't performing, okay, then make some adjustments, do something. But it just feels like if Messi's not, I'm not even kidding you, if Messi's not on this field, we're probably the worst team in the MLS. And I'm taking that to the bank. To the bank.
Listen, there's one factor we haven't talked about. Because we've talked about Silvetti, Allende, and Messi works. Why would you change it? That's what won you MLS Cup. The one factor we have not talked about is why they changed it. They bought Germán Beterrame from Liga MX club Monterrey to come to Inter Miami, and that is why they broke up that trio, because Beterrame has to play. But through two matches, I have seen zero from Beterrame. Zero. I haven't seen anything from him.
And I'm low-key disappointed in how he's played thus far. I think you know who I'm going to say. Rodrigo De Paul has been playing. Guys, look at me. If you go back and watch, it has been terrible. That guy has been the culprit of so many goals because of his terrible passing and lack of effort in the damn match. It is blasphemous to watch. I feel like he has more energy getting out of bed than he does playing in this match. It's really bad. Like, Rodrigo, listen, You're a talented player, but I don't know what is going on with you. You need to fix it quick, bro. Fix it. It's bad.
Listen, Orlando brought it to them. They will go up 2-0. What happened in the second half? Obviously, they made those subs. They put Silvetti in the game.
Finally,
we get that kind of trio: Messi, Silvetti, and Allende. I also do think that maybe Orlando got a little bit too confident at home because they went up 2-0 and the crowd gave them confidence. But this is an Orlando team that really has no stars at all, and they brought it to Inter Miami. They did. They really did. And my question to you, Jonka, is if they secure this deal with Antoine Griezmann to bring him to Orlando, what do you think this does? I mean, we saw what they did without any stars. What do you think this does for Orlando, bringing in Griezmann and adding him to this current squad?
I mean, it makes them tougher, better shooting, better overall team, a better overall team, because now you got a star that the opposition has to worry about, and now you got to account for him. And Orlando City's a good squad. They're well coached.
They probably have one of the best coaches in MLS.
Yeah, they would be really dangerous. Like, if I can put the ranking right now, it would probably be LAFC, Miami, of course, because of Messi. You have to put them up there.
Yeah,
Vancouver with Mueller, and then if with Griezmann to Orlando, maybe fourth. You can make an argument for third over Vancouver. And then was it Minnesota? Was it James?
Yeah. Don't forget about Timo Werner in San Jose.
Yeah, Timo Werner. Shout out to him, bro. Legend. I mean, Philadelphia, I don't know what's going on with them, but that's another story for another day. But Griezmann to Orlando would be crazy to see. I would buy a ticket if they come and play it here in Chase Stadium, or even maybe Miami Freedom Park.
You know that MLS does power rankings, and after this
I don't believe in those rankings at all, bro. They're the worst
MLS
thing.
puts Miami straight back to number 1. I'm like,
no. LAFC has to be.
Why would you put them above LAFC, who spanked them?
Some people are just they're just glazers, bro. They're just glazers. What, did LAFC lose to a really bad team or something that I don't know? I'm looking up right now, bro. Bro, because sometimes people, they really pissed me off. Washington, okay. They didn't lose to anybody.
Nope.
Yeah, they won 3-0 to Inter Miami. Then they go on and win 6-1 to Rio España.
Yeah,
in the CONCACAF Champions Cup in the first round, leg 1 of 2. San Diego FC is okay. The whole division is 2-0.
Shocked a lot of people in its inaugural year.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to them. Hey.
Yeah.
I can't hate on that, bro.
Hey, listen. They're Miami's CONCACAF champions. It's coming up, I believe. Let's see.
Where do they play?
Nashville.
Bro, Messi and Nashville have a really complicated relationship, bro. They hate each other so bad.
But those games are always tough.
Who do you think Messi hates more, Nashville or Columbus?
I think he's starting to hate Orlando. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But between the two yellow teams,
Nashville.
You think he hates Nashville more?
Nashville.
Bro, I know Columbus likes to get on him, bro.
Let's switch to the other football. Jonka, there's been talks. So we're talking about free agency here.
Yes, sir.
There's been talks that Max Crosby to the Dallas Cowboys could be a real thing.
Yep.
What does that what does that do to Jake Ferguson?
Max Crosby's at the end.
No. I am saying.
Oh, like money wise, contract wise.
Yes.
Jake Ferg. I mean,
We know.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
we'll take in the defense. We know the defense needs help. We'll take Max
Yeah.
Crosby.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I think any team would be stupid not to take Max Crosby. But I don't know if they would release him or would he be included in the trade? Because I mean, the Raiders have Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
So I don't think they need a tight end, but maybe they need tight end depth because Brock Bowers has been dealing with some injuries. Maybe they would take that. But I have heard that Max Crosby or the Raiders have been asking for 2 first-round picks and a player. That's a bit. I don't know.
Jake Ferguson is getting a 4-year contract extension worth $52 million that he signed in July of 2025. Here's the thing: they've talked about in order to get this deal done, they need to restructure Dak, they need to restructure CD, and they would have to restructure Jake Ferguson. And if you're gonna restructure anybody first, it's gonna be Dak and CD. So that kind of leaves you, okay, what are we gonna do with Jake Ferguson?
I think the more likely outcome of the restructuring would be Dak. I don't think it would be CD because CD is gonna be I just got this money. I literally just signed the contract last season, and now you're already asking for a restructure. Like,
Plus, they're putting the franchise tag on George Pickens.
we'll see what happens with that one too, because that's gonna be another crazy situation. And you signed Javonte Williams now. I don't know if Jerry Jones would give up 2 first-round picks and Jake Ferguson for Max Crosby. As good as Max Crosby is, which he's good, it would be a lot.
Apparently, Dallas in the last several years really hasn't been a team that has partaken in off-season or free agency. They just really take the draft seriously, and they usually draft pretty well. But this year, they say it's different. This year, they're really going to be hungry into the free agency.
I don't know.
As the Rock who just had surgery, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Surgery.
That's a tough one. I mean, Zaraku, he's still on his rookie deal.
Overshown's a beast as well.
I don't know. If they can't restructure enough money, I don't see how. I mean, they would have to be making some trades to make it happen, to make somehow the money work. But I don't know who would you give up? Like, you're not gonna give up. You can't see CD, Pickens, Dak, Javonte's already signed.
I know they'll play maybe with Kenny Clark, who they got in that trade from Micah.
Maybe, yeah. But he was solid, bro. He helped you on the run stopping. You can't just go back on what you were complaining about the season before that Micah trade. Is like, we can't stop the run again, bro. That's gonna be a whole 17 weeks of just complaining from you because like, bro, we can't stop. We got rid of Kenny Clark for this BS.
When we got Kenny Clark, because we were having the issue when we got rid of Micah, bringing Kenny Clark. Oh man, he just closed gaping holes, man, that we needed help on.
Like, sometimes, getting to the quarterback is nice, but when your D-line can't stop the run, you can't really blame it on the defensive end. It's like, bro, they're running. I can't do anything. They're running away from me. They're really running the opposite way of where I'm lined up. Like, what am I supposed to do? And
I'm still in favor of that Micah trade. I still agree with it. I
don't think Max Crosby to the Dallas Cowboys. It could happen if they're willing to give up the draft capital, but I think it's going to be too much to give up. And I think the Cowboys have other needs to fill.
Yeah,
I don't think that free agency is going to be able to help them out. They're going to have to rely on the draft again.
I think, and again, I trust them in the draft. I think that they draft really well, and I think this is going to be a really defensive focused draft because, Jonka, if you look at our offense, we had a top 5 offense for sure in the league. We just need to focus on that defense now. 100%.
And I think, I forgot the guy that you lost, the offensive lineman, and you guys, he retired. Martin, was it Zach Martin?
Zach Martin, yeah.
Yeah, after losing him, you can kind of tell like the offensive line was kind of taking a little bit of a hit. We'll see. I don't know what Jerry Jones is gonna do. This probably might be like a 2-year thing where they're just gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know what we would do.
I'll tell you what. I like the coordinators that we have brought in. I do. We're talking about, if you haven't seen, the Kobe Dean to join the Cowboys. That's a good pickup. We finalized that. I really like that. And I will say, I've always said it, I was not a fan of Mike McCarthy. I know we didn't have a good year one under Brian Schottenheimer, a.k.a. Shoddy, but I like him. I really do like him. I think this upcoming year will be interesting. And, yeah, I think it has to be an all-defensive draft. This is what I want to talk about. I wrote an article today about it on PlugTalkSports. You guys can check it out, whether on X, and you can check it out there, or www.plugtalksports.co.
Link in bios.
There is rumors swirling that Tua is not going to be traded, but that he is going to be released, and the Dolphins are going to eat the money of the contract.
Purgatory. That team is
they've been linked to several quarterbacks already.
The one I said last week with Brandon, what I tell you?
Malik Willis.
AR-15 from the Colts. He's most likely going to request a trade when free agency opens.
Him. They've talked about just giving Quinn Ewers the shot.
I wouldn't mind that either. I really wouldn't mind it.
They have, and I saw this today, what if the Dolphins go and draft Ty Simpson?
If the Dolphins drafted Ty Simpson, I think the entire fan base will probably throw a riot at Hard Rock Stadium, right where you see behind me right now. This still stadium you'll see behind me will be probably under riots. Not that Ty Simpson is a bad player, but I just think the whole team has so many different priorities besides quarterback at the moment, where you need to build around the quarterback first, and then you find the quarterback. They have no O-line, no D-line. The DBs suck. You got
no receivers.
You got some good players, the Achane, Jordan Brooks, Chop Robinson, maybe somebody in the DB room, maybe Jason Marshall from the Gators. But besides that, they really don't have anybody else. I mean, Ollie Gordon, shout out to him. Love him. But they don't really have anything, Daniel. They got Waddle, okay? You got Waddle, but so what? Waddle's inconsistent and injury prone. Every year he gets targeted and it's out. He's out. Period. And you can't throw it if you have a bad O-line.
Kyler Murray is going to be on the market also.
I wouldn't mind Kyler Murray. I honestly would not mind it. Honestly, if it were me, I would call the Cardinals and say, hey, would you trade for Tua and maybe somebody a running back?
Or would you swap with Atlanta? Give Atlanta Tua and you bring down Kirk Cousins. I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't trade Tua. I mean, trading Tua would be really nice for the Dolphins.
It's just who's going to pick up that contract.
You would need a bad team to pick up that money.
The thing, it's been talked about with Atlanta. It's been talked about, but the thing is, it doesn't make sense to me because why would Atlanta want to pick up? Yes, they want to get rid of Kirk, but why would they pick up Tua's contract?
Michael Penix is bad too. He hasn't been consistent.
But I'd rather have Michael Penix than Tua.
But it's tough for Atlanta right now. I mean, Atlanta, the all line is not that bad. They got decent receivers. Maybe Tua just needs that new team that maybe he can start fresh with, maybe a Sam Darnold situation. But
I'm not gonna lie to you. I could see Kyler Murray in a Falcons uniform.
why? Because of the red, he's already wearing red. That's why he looks good.
I just see it.
I honestly look. I can see Kyler Murray in a Dolphins uniform.
I could see that too.
You send Tua to the Cardinals for Kyler Murray, and in as a bonus for taking on that contract, the Dolphins throw in Ollie Gordon, the running back. James Conner's been injured. Trey Benson's been injured. You throw in Ollie Gordon.
I just clicked in my head. They released Liam Eichenberg today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Buddy, I'm telling you right now, this team has a lot of problems. Do whatever you can. Like Ollie Gordon hardly gets any touches. Send them to a team in a package with Tua and maybe one other player, and see what you can get. And the team will bite the bullet with the contract, but hey, you got a decent haul for it. You got a rookie deal, Ollie Gordon. Maybe you get, I don't know, a defensive end that maybe Chop Robinson. He hasn't really done much. You send them over, and you get Kyler Murray or whoever you get. I wouldn't mind it, bro.
I gotta ask you
that $99 million, bro. You gotta get rid of that.
I gotta ask you about two Hurricanes. First, Francis Mauigoa had a conversation with the Dolphins. Is that a possibility?
I think so. Let me check. What's the draft board? Because I mean, I'm up to my ears, bro.
I mean, he's gonna be. I feel like he's gonna be one of the first ones off the board.
He's projected to go top 10. But let me see the draft cast. The rounds.
Dolphins are at.
Fernando Mendoza is going number 1. That's a lock. Don't even out the window. Jets, I think they're going to take Arvell Reese or David Bailey. Cardinals, they could go Jeremiah Love, or they could go Spencer Fano, or maybe the top player on the board, and maybe they can try to get another offensive line, which is I think their problem. Tennessee, I can see them getting a receiver. I can see them getting Rimbane, possibly. Giants, probably Cardinal Tater, Caleb Downs. Browns, maybe Ty Simpson, who knows? Okay, Saints, Dolphins. Maui nowhere to fall that far. I mean, it's possible if the teams that think that they can get another offensive lineman down the road, then yes, they'd rather just take another position that they need that's more urgent. I can see it happening. But I mean, you're talking about an offensive lineman that's being compared to Penei Sewell, who also Alex Mirabal and Mario Cristobal brought up. And he's one of the
shocking. How shocking would it be? The Raiders are a team that need an offensive line if they draft Francis first overall.
No, that would be the most shocking thing. That would break the internet, Daniel. You don't understand. That would break the internet.
Saying, what would you say if that happened?
If Maui Noah goes number 1 to the Raiders, bro, I'm ready screaming at the top of my lungs, and I'm throwing up that U to that TV, bro, because another number 1 overall pick in 2 years, that'd be back-to-back years, I think, right?
Yeah,
bro, that would be Daniel. Do you know how crazy that would be?
I think it changes the whole draft because then people are going to start to think, shit, Mendoza's on the board.
The thing is, like, damn, yeah, we need a quarterback, but is Mendoza that generational of a quarterback? And plus, we need way other more important things than just a quarterback at the moment. Like, we have no receivers, we got no defense, no offensive line. Like, Ashton Jeanty can't even run like 5 yards because our O-line sucks.
I'm not gonna lie, I think he can be. I think he can be. I think Mendoza can be a generational talent.
Oh no, I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying like the Raiders are such a shit show where that they need so many other things besides quarterback that I wouldn't mind seeing them either, how do I say, drafting Maui Noah or trading back and getting a huge haul and then using those picks to revamp the roster and maybe build, and maybe you can get Mendoza or Arch Manning the next year, or Trinidad Chambliss or whoever it is.
Last one for the show. I want to ask you, second hurricane, Carson Beck's had a conversation with the Dolphins.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of that? What do you make of that? Is that just a conversation to be nice, or is there any, you think there's any reality to that?
I mean, the Dolphins are low-key in a desperate situation because, like, they could, like we said, like they're in a Tua situation. Ewers, I don't know if what's his name, Zach Wilson will still be there.
Yeah, I could see him. I could see Zach Wilson getting cut or released, and then bringing him back as a backup.
I mean, Beck being a Florida kid. I mean, he played in Miami, so he's already familiar with the stadium. I don't know what. I don't think he's going to go first round or even second round. Maybe he goes third or fourth, but I don't even see that happening either because they need so much more. I don't know, bro. It's like, let me see. What do the Dolphins need?
I mean, they had a good conversation about Carson Beck maybe going to Arizona.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Carson Beck to Arizona. I don't mind it. You got a Carson Palmer, Carson Beck situation. I don't mind it.
Could see him in Atlanta.
I could see him on the Jets. I really could see him on the Jets. Atlanta, Carson, Atlanta, back in Georgia. That would be that's some storyline stuff right there, Daniel. You don't understand. That's another like good topic. Damn. I don't know. That's a Carson Beck to the Dolphins. It could happen, but I don't know if for that, if you're just gonna do that, then yeah, then just get rid of Tua and just take the hit, because if you're just gonna have a rookie on a rookie contract in Ewers and then you have Carson Beck, which let's say you have Ewers for like another year or two, right? Doesn't work out. You got Carson Beck, who's had no NFL experience besides being a bench warmer. He comes in. There's no way he's gonna ask for starter money. So you'll be cheap. Maybe by then, the whole contract is done. I wouldn't mind it, actually. I mean, it would be cool. Not gonna lie. I mean, seeing Carson Beck back at Hard Rock Stadium playing football, not on Saturdays but on Sundays. But so it's a possibility. I will say that. That's what I'm gonna say.
Before we go, I just mentioned these two. We didn't get to talk about them, but I'll just mention them. They're two players to keep an eye on. Montgomery was, I wouldn't say released, but came to an agreement to leave the Lions.
Thank you, God.
He's free, and we need to continue to monitor A.J. Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles. That will be a situation to watch for sure. But
Daniel knows. It's lurking.
That's going to bring us to the end of our show tonight. We hope that you guys enjoyed episode 218. We hope you guys have a fantastic first week of March, and we'll see you next Monday for a brand new episode. Have a great night.